Now, if I could think of two people in this country that aren't best friends at the moment, I would probably say Nadine Dorries and Tim Davie, the head of the BBC. I would imagine they're not on each other's Christmas card lists anymore. And I think it's going to really heat up the pressure between these two over the coming years while we work out what's going to happen with the TV licence fee. Have a look at this story with me. You can't decide. BBC chief hits out at Nadine Dorries over Beeb's licence fee pledge. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any love loss between these two, is there? And I do think it'll heat up. I do think they're going to fall out loads. And I don't think Nadine cares. I'm quite rooting for Nadine at the minute. She seems to have turned it around. I thought she was all hot air. But she's talking a good game at the minute, isn't she? Let's read on. BBC chief Tim Davie told Ms Dorries she does not have the power to overhaul the Beebs funding model. Speaking to the Commons Public Accounts Committee, he said, I don't think it's for one person to decide the funding model of the BBC. Well, you can't help but think that if Ms Dorries was in favour of the BBC and really supported the licence fee and wanted to increase it, he would then say something like, I think it's okay for one person to decide the fate of the BBC. But because she's on the wrong side of the argument, it's not okay for one person to decide the fate of the BBC. Yeah, he's got to say that, and he's got to say it, I guess. We need to go through a disciplined process with the public involved. Or I wouldn't risk too much of that, Mr. Davie, because in that recent poll, remember, 2,500 people were asked if they think the TV licence fee is good value for money, and 71% of those 2,500 people said, no, it's not. So, I wouldn't want to get the public involved too much in your decisions there, Mr. Davie. So by putting a freeze on the licence fee, Tim Davie, head of the BBC, thinks it's going to put a £1.4 billion black hole in the broadcaster's finances. Now, the TV licence fee currently, while it's at £159, gives the BBC around 3.2 million quid a year. Now, if he can't run a media company on 3.2 billion quid a year, maybe he's not the guy that needs to be at the top of the BBC. Guy, person, I don't care who you are, but if you can't run the business on 3.2 billion, you're in the wrong job, right? You're in the wrong job. You run a country on 3.2 billion. The financial implications mean Davie has put everything on the table regarding BBC budget cuts. He even refused to commit to continuing to broadcast 31 premium dramas a year. Yeah, and if you don't start broadcasting more premium stuff, not cutting it, you're going to lose even more favour in your licence fee battle, aren't you? Because it's already not good value for money. Are you going to cut back some of the stuff that was actually half decent? What's going to happen to you and your licence fee, Mr. Davie? You're going to kill the BBC. You're going to kill the BBC, and we're all going to say, fair dues. Aren't we? I am. So in the BBC's 2020-21 review, Match of the Day's Gary Lineker took home 1.3 million quid for sitting on his arse talking about football with his mates a couple of times a week. And Fiona Bruce raked in over 400 grand, and Greg James earned around 300 grand. But Davie, who became the broadcaster's Director General in September 2020, suggested cutting staff salaries would not provide massive savings and could instead damage the BBC. How's that work then? Cutting salaries won't provide massive savings and might damage the BBC. You could get rid of Lineker. You could get rid of Lineker tomorrow and no one would miss him, and you've saved 1.3 million quid. You can bring in any old football pundit and give them 100 grand, which is still too much salary for that job, and they would take it because they want to be on the telly, whether they need the money or not. And now you've saved 1.2 million quid just with the flick of a biro. Done. And how's that damaged the BBC? Mr. Davie, if anything, has improved it, hasn't it? Of course we have to save money. We'll continue to do that on a daily basis. But I think, appropriately, we do need to invest in a very small number of talented people. Of course you do, of course you do. A TV company's based on talent. You need talented writers, producers, cameramen and presenters. But when they're not offering value for the licence fee payers, which Lineker isn't, how can you justify it? How can you justify it? You can't, can you? I can't. I don't know. Maybe he knows something about you that I don't. Hey, Mr. Davie, I don't know. So like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes with the argument between Dorries and Tim Davie. I think it's going to heat up, and I think it's going to be interesting, really, to see who comes out on top of that. who knows which way it's going to go. But we're still in the fight, and the best way to win the fight is to convince as many people as possible to cancel their telly licenses. That's the best way to win this fight. What do you think about all this? Do you think it's going to heat up? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in another video again soon. Thanks for watching.